done that on more than one occasion. Like, no, you're not allowed to. You have to stay the night. We're not going to let you drive home this late at night. I'm like,
we are ready when you are.
Then she gets bomb mode and like super protective. Like, it's too late for you to drive an hour back to Lafayette. You need to stay here and you can drive back tomorrow. I eventually just have to cave because your mom is in mom mode. Hard to say no to mom mode.
Alright. I don't see a lot of Snake gameplay. The only thing I remember about Snake is that other marks said he has the longest attack, I believe. Like the...
Range-wise?
No, like frames. Like it takes the longest to start up and end.
Oh, really?
Oh, the slowest attack. There it is.
Oh, slowest attack.
His forward smash.
Attacks look slow. They look like they're take time to set up, which is, you know, becomes an issue. What the hell was that?
That was his recovery. It's just a little parachute. Really fun.
Looks like he hopped on a zip line out of nowhere.
Snake is one of those characters where if they're really good, it's kind of over because they have all of their projectiles and they can just set up and they don't even have to go near you. So I am excited to see how these games go out.
That's why honestly I prefer ranged characters because you can attack from far away and you don't have to worry about getting hit and you know, sustaining a whole lot of damage. So you can dodge their ranged weapons. But for some reason, you know, I just, you know, one particular character I just like to play is, you know, I don't know why I'm just drawn to this one character.
Maybe there's something about him that you don't know yet.
Maybe.
Because that happened with me in Daisy. I played Daisy for a while. It was really bad. Then I played Rob, and then I was like, I could do this with Daisy. And I was like, oh yeah, Daisy's fun. So maybe it's something like that. Maybe you should try playing other characters.
Maybe. I have. I mean, I've tried. There's some characters I'm just like, I just don't want to play this character because I don't like this character in general. And there's others that I'm like, I wouldn't mind playing and get to know better. Like I feel like I would like Sephiroth.
Yeah. Sephiroth's fun. Long, exactly what you were talking about with the range.
Yeah.
His sword is huge.
It is. Like he's a melee character, but he's got such reach on his sword that it's basically a ranged weapon. But then I like Mewtwo too.
Mewtwo's cool. Mewtwo's because he's kind of slow, even though he doesn't look like it.
But he's powerful. Like I've always liked Mewtwo in general as a Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, I love Pokemon.
I also wouldn't mind like trying to learn Pokemon Trainer.
Pokemon Trainer's actually not that hard.
I feel like it'd be complicated just because you have 3 different Pokemon that you would need to learn.
You would think that, but they all kind of have their moves don't look similar, but the size and how they work are pretty similar. So I think if you want to learn Pokemon Trainer, you probably should. And also it is like 3 different ones. You know, one's fast, one's heavy, so if it doesn't work out, switch the other one.
Yeah, being able to switch out between a highly speed and tactile, highly speed filled, and then a very versatile, and then a heavy hitter. Like, you know, being able to go back and forth depending on who you're fighting and where you're at in the stage of the game would definitely prove to be a very advantageous.
Ooh. I think the same as SD there. That would be a Sholdaz point there.
Yeah, he couldn't make the recover.
Gosh. So 1 point for Sholdaz there. The Snake, I appreciated how many grenades they could. The grenades are so small, and they only blink a few times before you can't see them anymore. But they're still there. With Rosalina and Luna,
I wouldn't mind trying Rosalina and Luna either.
I started playing Smash and Smash 4 on the 3DS, and I've always wanted to play Rosalina and Luna, and I tried and it didn't work out, and so I never touched her again. But then after learning like how to play the game, I tried Rosalina and Luna, and it's been joyful. I recommend Rosalina and Luna because it's not that hard. They only have a few moves. Because some of them don't even work, but they're the same move. Rosalina is pretty easy. If you want to play Rosalina, it's good. And then also, it's the same thing you were talking about, where like, if you just throw the star out, you don't have to go forward. You just let the star do it.
Oh, Luna is definitely a nice additive to have. Especially if it takes any damage, I mean, it doesn't affect you in the slightest. It's almost like a throwaway character.
Ice Time is kind of similar. Where it has like a puppeteer character. It's less thinking too.
There's one character that reminds me of Black Skull Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh! Got like a skeleton type feature to it. Looks can't think of.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Ridley's cool. Ridley has some good range. He's pretty slow, but he has some good range.
I played him once, and I felt like he had some, like he's powerful. He had some good.
He's strong.
Yeah, like he's a powerful character.
Yeah, very powerful. Very slow though, and some of his hitboxes are a little skinny.
Yeah.
So you have to, I don't know, just keep that in mind if you do. But definitely play the character that you are being drawn to and want to play.
Yeah.
It'll work out well.
I mean, that's how it always was when I played Pokemon on the Game Boy Color.
Oh, I love Pokemon.
Not knowing, Switch and all that, but like back in the day, Game Boy Color.
No, I know.
Whenever I faced the
got
Pokemon League, I always picked, my favorite Pokemons, despite their weaknesses or strengths.
It's just like that one time Pokemon said, win with your favorites.
Yep. Even if they were underrated, underrated Pokemon, that just people were just like, nah, they're not even any good. Like, they can be pretty damn good.
I really do not like OU Pokemon. I'm a really PU kind of guy.
I don't know what that OU versus PU.
In competitive Pokemon, they have Pokemon that are used a lot of OU, the overused Pokemon. Those are like considered the best ones. And then it goes to like UU for underused, PU for partially used, and then ZU. I don't know what the ZU stands for, but it's like the bottom.
The one's never used.
And then it goes like LC for like little preference, all the big ones. But PU is so much fun because OU, it gets kind of boring. Just the same Pokemon over and over.
Yeah.
But with PU, there's so much variety. And there's so much more like, whoa, I didn't know that kid could do that. Oh, it's just so much fun. Right?
That's because a lot of people tend to go for the heavy hitting powerhouses. And negate, all the other advantages that you could have with other ones. Because they don't want to worry about strategy. They just want to go for an easy one.
If you like battling, I recommend Pokemon Showdown. It's just a little thing you can play online, like a little browser.
I'm not really big on the battling scene.
Oh.
That's why I never really got into Smash Brothers to begin with, honestly. And like doing it in this type of arena where you're kind of like, gathered in a house together, kind of cut up, having a good time, and it's a social event. This is a different situation. It's like getting online and playing, combat type scenarios. Same with Halo. I prefer to do the storyline than the actual face-offs with each other.
No, I completely understand.
That's why like Metal Gear Solid and all those where in the war settings, I'm just like, let me on that adventure.
Hell?
That was one hell.
I didn't know that killed.
That was a nice kill to hit.
Good kill from Sholdaz there. I did not know that killed. I believe that is 2-0.